Okay, so basically, my question was from the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
Were there minors in your server? So
And I've said yes, there were.
all right, all right.
There are allegations. I'm seeing a lot of that you streamed hentai in this server. What's that about? Did you do this?
Only once.
Bowser has a secret Discord where he streams corn to my... What?
Okay,
I don't know anything about that.
That's just... That's that Christian troll. What is he talking about, Earl?
I don't know.
And you had admitted to streaming hentai in the Discord server
Yes,
we
once.
mentioned earlier.
Once, yes.
Okay, but it's okay to show porn to a 15-year-old or hentai in your specific words?
I'm not answering your question. Federal law strictly prohibits the distribution of obscene matter to minors, which I did not do. Any transfer or attempt to transfer this material to a minor under the age of 15, including over the internet, is punishable under federal law. Well, guess what? I didn't do that.
But we understand
I'm
that
sure
this
you
is
didn't.
illegal.
It's illegal, yes, but I didn't do it.
But you think it's okay?
I didn't say it was okay, and I never
No, you
did
said
it.
that last night, so stop trying to lie about
I
it.
didn't say it was okay, and I never did it.
And you had admitted to streaming hentai in the Discord server
Yes,
we
once.
mentioned earlier.
Once, yes.
I don't know, man. You have a weird thing for kids, bro.
I don't.
You do.
I've never had a weird
You
thing with
definitely
kids.
do, bro.
I
You're talking
don't.
about how it's cool
You
to play
fucking
15-year-olds.
degenerate
It's cool to play
psychopath!
with
She forgave me for the actions that I perpetrated against her. So I think that that act of bravery and courage that I did, I should be given credit for. I am not a pedophile. I am
You
not
are.
a predator.
You're a predator. You are.
I do not have to deal with your crap, you sick, depraved,
Pedophile.
degenerate. I'm leaving the shoot. I'm leaving.
This is what you get. This is what you get when you mess with
I think Smokey is a loser, abuser, a hypocrite, and a liar.
I mean, you did say last night that you think it's okay to show hentai to minors, which is really morally disgusting.
Did he really say that?
So, he said
No, I
that
did-
last night. He said,
I did not
it's not
say
okay to
that.
show them straight up porn, but if you show them cartoons or anime, it's fine.
Okay, I am not dealing with this.
Okay, so basically, my question was from the beginning. Were there minors in your server? So
And I've said yes, there were.
all right, all right.
There are allegations. I'm seeing a lot of that you streamed hentai in this server. What's that about? Did you do this?
Only once.
Well, my friends, I didn't think this would happen. I don't know if y'all thought this would happen, yet here we are. Meet the Lolcows TheWhiteBowser Part 2. Yeah, he's done enough shit to warrant a fucking Part 2. This has never been accomplished on this channel before. Now granted, Wings has had one of these and he's done enough fuck shit to warrant a Part 2, but Bowser here, just in the short period of time that he's been donning that Lolcow status, he's been going balls to the fucking wall. And I think after what I show you here today, you'll be laughing, you'll be pissed off, you'll be annoyed, you'll be feeling a lot of things. Because let me say this, TheWhiteBowser, when we first came in contact with this dude, it was like you found him like a new animal out there in the wilderness. You're like, my God, what is this? And he turns around and he's like, oh, I like watching anime titties. And then you understand what type of person you're dealing with. You're like, oh my God, he's one of these guys who likes to jerk it up to like the anime little girls and shit like that. And you know, if he's doing that in his free time, it's really weird still. Like, it's really fucking weird, and you should be called out on it. But what if I told you that he wasn't only, like, just enjoying this weird anime, like, Japanese hentai, as he calls it, with himself, but also in a Discord server filled with minors that he knowingly keeps in there, kind of dangles this hentai over their head as an incentive to do homework, a bunch of weird shit like that. He also claims that he's like a teacher later on in this video. Bowser's been doing a lot of weird stuff lately, and there's a lot we gotta get to, because where we left off, you know, Bowser had showed up on Kiwi Tapes' channel one time to defend himself, and what we're going to look at now is him showing up a second time, completely unannounced, to catch me and Kiwi off guard, and the spectacle that Bowser makes out of himself is just, it's just legendary, my friends. Now, I do want to say this before I get the video started here. I wanted to be much more serious in this one because TheWhiteBowser is, of course, like, the shit we're going to talk about him doing is not no laughing matter. He's giving these obscene and, like, lewd materials to kids for them to enjoy all together in this secret server that he refuses to talk to people about. He refuses to let anyone in other than minors. It's really dark shit. And at the end of the day, though, it's TheWhiteBowser. You can't watch this guy and not get a chuckle because of just the way he acts. The final thing I'll say before I go into this is that something we'll talk about near the end of the video, but I need to bring up now. TheWhiteBowser recently filed a police report on me because of all the harassment he's been getting since this whole situation started. Now, in the last Meet the Lolcows, I told you guys, don't go after TheWhiteBowser. You know, keep letting him make an ass out of himself on his own time, and I still mean that. Don't go to his work, don't do anything to TheWhiteBowser and all that, but that wasn't good enough for him. He wants me to tell people to stop making fun of TheWhiteBowser and stop going after TheWhiteBowser. So, how about this, guys? Stop going after TheWhiteBowser. Let him make an ass out of himself on his own time because he's very good at it, as you'll come to see in this video here. So to pick up where we left off, we need to go back to that stream I previously mentioned with myself and Kiwi Tapes, and just previously before that, TheWhiteBowser had come out with a video in which he told people, you know, you gotta go strike down Smokey's channel. He admitted that he's actively false flagging my channel constantly because of the previous video. Now, it's not because anything I said in the previous video is false, although Bowser claims the contrary. It's because TheWhiteBowser doesn't want any of that stuff out there to begin with. He doesn't want his fuck-ups to be amplified on a larger platform than his own. He doesn't want, like, people to know what he's doing. He thinks he should be able to do stuff, not be called on it, and just kind of go about and live his life. It sounds a lot like a certain little goblin that we talk about a lot here on this channel. But so now I want to show you that video that Bowser posted. And the final thing I'll say, because I know I'm getting very long-winded with this, but I'm sorry, it did need a lot of explaining here. If this video does go down for any like copyright reasons, you'll know why. We're going to have to look at a couple of Bowser's videos here, and he's going to stop at nothing to try to get this video taken down. And the one thing I want you guys to take away from this video that we're about to watch is the smugness that exudes from TheWhiteBowser in this. When he thinks he's got someone cornered, let me just tell you something, his attitude takes a complete 180, because what you'll see now is completely different, but I think you guys will like both versions of Bowser we're about to look at, so let's see him.
This will be a hard video to make without swearing, but we gotta make sure we follow the new YouTube community guidelines, unlike a certain special someone. Smokeymcc, a man who is such an utter scumbag that he does not care how much he abuses me with his audience, thrashing me with their words, up until the point I get sent to the hospital. He is so seemingly arrogant that he is partaking in the same exact thing that got Leafy Is Here banned off of YouTube, breaking terms of service up until the point that you enforce and project cyberbullying and harassment onto another individual is something YouTube does not support. And the more it happens, the more rights I have to report his YouTube channel for taking zero accountability for his audience's actions. If I continue to be cyberbullied on YouTube, then yes, I will keep reporting his channel for violation of terms of service, and eventually his channel will be taken offline. You cannot hide behind a glass mirror forever, projecting false accusations and thinking they will have any merit to them when you have zero evidence to support your claim.
So as we already mentioned, Bowser has been reporting my channel constantly over what he calls false claims. Everything that we've talked about, from the groping to the bomb threat, all of that stuff's been backed up with Bowser's own Reddit posts and Bowser's own admission of the bomb threat. I mean, he blames it on me there, saying I put him in the hospital. The reason why Bowser went to a mental hospital was because someone wrote a anime, something anime related on his YouTube page, and he had, as he claimed, a bipolar meltdown and interpreted it as a bomb threat. Went to the movie theater that he left. It's the same movie theater that he left working at after he groped that girl. Yeah, he went to that movie theater to let them know about a bomb that he thought was in there. But guess whose fault that is, guys? That's my fault. I apparently put that shit in that movie theater, you know? This is the one thing that TheWhiteBowser is preying on. He's praying that my channel gets taken down and that all this stuff about him is not on the internet anymore, because he hates the fact that he said this stuff, and he hates the fact that now it's out there. He wanted to suppress that shit. That's why he deleted all of his old Twitter and shit. There's a screenshot that we talked a little bit about in previous videos that we'll have to talk about here soon, that I found while scouring through old Twitter accounts and shit like that, where Bowser says, you know, that flirting with a 15-year-old is cool. But all this stuff to him, this is all doctored. This is all fake, even though it can be found with a simple search of the name TheWhiteBowser. The guy, he wants people to believe that I'm crazy and I'm full of shit and that I'm lying on his name. And the thing I ask all of you is, if any of you know about Chris Chan, if any of you know about Cyrax, have I lied? Like, in any of Chris's letters, have I made shit up? In Cyrax's, in all the videos I do on Cyrax, if I just made up lies about Cyrax and all this shit, any of my videos, I'm not going to come out here and lie to all of you guys and make myself look stupid and feed all of y'all false information. When TheWhiteBowser does this shit, and when it comes to light and people let me know about it, of course I think it's interesting enough to talk about. And the problem he sees is that I find it interesting enough to talk about at all. Because in the beginning, he wanted my attention. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, this started with a video called Smokey is the Pedophile Now that TheWhiteBowser made while accusing me of being in cahoots with Cyrax and Marty in this like three-way content farm, and because we associated with Cyrax, that made us pedophiles by association. This all started from TheWhiteBowser, and now he all wants it to end. He wants this shit to stop, but when he keeps doing this dumb shit and more horrible shit keeps coming out about him, of course we're going to talk about it. I'm not attacking TheWhiteBowser, I'm simply letting the people know what kind of person TheWhiteBowser is.
Smokeymcc, a man who is a loser, thinking I should care about what the internet thinks of me, like I should care about an online reputation. I have never met such a simple-minded man like him, who does drugs and YouTube 24/7 and probably only started his sad life on YouTube because he needed a way to pay for his drugs. A child resorting to infantile behavior, sounding like a parrot, saying the same thing over and over again about me, even when he knows it to be a false accusation.
TheWhiteBowser goes on to claim that he doesn't care about his online reputation. This is coming from a man that lives terminally online. He's been so fixated over this whole situation from day one that it's now resorted to him going to the police about people messing with him, all under my name. You know, anyone that messes with him now, apparently, you know, you can do whatever you want because all the blame falls on me. That's the logic TheWhiteBowser's going off of here. So I'm not quite sure what line of thinking he goes off of, but I'll tell you this much. It's clear that TheWhiteBowser does not like people talking about the things that he does. I mean, listen to him there. He's like, I'm a parrot. I keep saying the same things over and over again. Now, granted, a lot of people in my comment sections throughout the past few years have said the same things, and I can see that. But with TheWhiteBowser, like, it goes without saying, when you make fake bomb threats and shit like that, when you're going crazy, when you groped a 17-year-old, when you have a Discord server filled with minors, you told veterans that you support veteran suicide. You did like weird stuff on the internet throughout the years, like getting kicked out of a Reddit community for women talking about like breast problems because you have like some weird breast fetish, which also ties into the type of like weird Japanese like cartoons he likes to watch. And the reason TheWhiteBowser doesn't like that people parrot these things, and the reason that people do parrot these things, are because they need to be talked about. People who have Discords filled with minors that they stream this shit to need to be talked about, and when you don't acknowledge the problem in that, then it definitely needs to be talked about. And it can sound like a parrot saying this over and over and over, but that's going to keep happening until you acknowledge how weird this is, and he's never going to. So people are just going to keep repeating it. And people repeating it isn't harassing you. That's simply people wanting an explanation for why you do this very, very questionable shit.
When I go out of my way to acknowledge that, yes, I messed up, and he says he messed up, but then he backstabs me, it only goes to show that the only one here who truly does care about an online reputation is me. Otherwise, Smokey would have told the truth and not stuck to being a scumbag on the internet. I deleted my videos on Smokey, where I made false accusations about him. However, Smokey, who is still spreading misinformation and false accusations about me, did not delete any videos on me. And the more misinformation Smokey spreads about me on the internet, the more I will report his channel for violation of terms of service.
TheWhiteBowser's whole logic is that because he deleted the video on him calling me a pedo for working with Cyrax, I should now delete all videos on him because as he sees it, it's false information. It's not the way this works, Bowser. He's going to continue to report my channel and report all these pages, so hey, I'll tell you guys right now, download this video, repost it wherever you want, repost it on your own channel. Fucking make money off this video. I don't care if you can find a way around it with all the copyrighted music. To me, it's like, I just want the word out there about what all this shit Bowser's doing. And the scariest thing about Bowser, I think, is that he's not going to understand the error of his ways. As you see by the end of this video, he'll never understand it. He thinks he's 100% right in all this shit he does. And, he's not all there, the guy. I'm gonna say that a lot throughout this video. To tie up a few loose ends from the last video, remember how we ended it on that story about him having a 17-year-old in his server? Well, once the last video had came out, he deleted that person, kicked them out, called them a troll because, you know, they set him up. Him letting a 17-year-old in was something he did not want to do. Well, now that we know he has a Discord filled with minors, we know that that was just not the case. And TheWhiteBowser just tries to get people off his back so he can hide even shadier shit. There's really not much else from the initial video that we need to talk about here. We already know about the groping and the bomb and all that stuff. So I want to show you now what happened after the video we just watched came out. Because TheWhiteBowser, he had enough. You know, the Kiwi tapes and podcasts that TheWhiteBowser and Kiwi were doing, it fell apart after Kiwi revealed that he wasn't cool with doing a podcast with this predator, that we were really just having him there so we could see what crazy shit Bowser would say next. And so, me and Kiwi moved on with our own show, the Too High for Stupid podcast. You can watch every Saturday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time. But on just the first episode that me and Kiwi were doing, we got a special guest by the end of the show. And let me tell you, he showed up, and I had some questions for him, and it just made for a pretty goddamn interesting 25 minutes. So my friends, I hope you enjoy what you're about to see, because let me tell you something. TheWhiteBowser, you can't have a normal conversation with the guy, and you'll see that pretty easily here.
No fucking way. It doesn't even matter. It doesn't
What's
even
up?
matter.
Wait, well,
What's up, Bowser?
why not?
How
Hey,
are you, dude? Well, we
chill.
kind of want to...
Carol's called me in here for something. What's going on?
We wanted to watch the newest video of yours with you, but I'm having some difficulties like streaming it. I kind of just want to go over it because it's concerning.
Yeah, Bowser, I just want you to know, like, you saying that you're falsely reporting my channel is against TOS as well.
You're using your audience against me.
I'm not
That's
using
against-
anything against you, Bowser. I'm telling the complete God's honest truth about you, and you're just mad about it, so you want to get my channel taken down. You know that's fucking against all the rules and shit. You wanna
Smokey, you're violating TOS right
Bowser,
now.
you're a predator. You're a predator.
No,
Hey,
I'm
let's
not.
keep this. Let's keep this civil.
No, I'm not.
Now, Bowser, you're a predator.
No, I'm
You
not.
admittedly groped that girl. You said you did it.
I am not a
intentionally.
predator.
You're a predator.
Do you believe that he's using his audience against you?
I do, yes.
How?
Because you have no control over your audience, and you
You're
take
right. I
zero
don't.
account-
They do
you
what they
take-
want to do.
You take zero accountability for their actions.
Bowser, I'm not responsible for the people who watch my videos' actions. They
Yes,
watch
you
my-
are. You cannot enforce and you cannot enforce cyberbullying, Smokey. You cannot
Bowser,
enforce. and
I've told
support it.
everybody that I don't want nobody to mess with you. Is that good enough? Because what do you want me to do if someone looks at that video and says, "Man, this Bowser guy is a fucking creep," and they just decide, "Hey, I'm gonna write this WhiteBowser and say something mean to him." That's not right. That you can't blame me for that.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, Bowser. Here's the deal. You're a predator, first and foremost. Let's get that out of the way.
No, I am not. I am
Yes,
not
you
a
are.
predator.
Totally,
No,
totally. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
I'm leaving the studio.
Why?
I'm leaving the
Why?
studio.
We're just
I'm
hold up.
I'm not gonna talk to Smokey if he's gonna be an asshole.
Smokey, you've got to just get your point across.
Okay, fine. Listen, Bowser, all I'm saying is, okay, what I do has, like, no effect on what my audience does. They are all their own people. Hasn't, like, Kay been telling you this on stream? You can't blame, like, one person for what other people do. Like, how is that? Like, I'm not telling anybody, oh, go fuck with WhiteBowser. No. I'm telling people what you've actually done, and people just don't fucking
I
like
am
that.
not a predator though.
But Bowser, there's proof behind it.
No, there is not.
Bowser, there's a lot of proof behind it, bro. There's screenshots you keep saying they're doctored. How are they doctored other than you just saying they are?
Smokey, I am not talking to a loser and a hypocrite like yourself. I have no reason to talk to a loser, a hypocrite, and a gosh darn drug addict like yourself.
So as you can see there, every time I ask Bowser how every screenshot of him that looks bad is doctored, he can't answer and he'll just simply say that he's not talking to a weed-smoking degenerate like me. Now, I'm asking Bowser this because he's like an expert editor. Bowser's like the best AMV editor of all time. Like, he's good at this internet shit. So he, if anybody, should know this, but he can't come up with a single answer. Now, when I cut back to the video, you're about to see the screenshot in question. It's a screenshot that I found on Twitter. Bowser claims that it wasn't him, that he never used this particular username, so how could it be him? But the really important thing I want you to listen to is, in the beginning of this, Kiwi gets a super chat from Liquid Chris, who lets Kiwi know that Bowser is having a stream filled with minors that he streams porn to, and this is the first that we'd heard about it. We didn't know nothing about it, so me and Kiwi were kind of scratching our heads. However, Cow Wrangler apparently did, and when Cow Wrangler told Errol that just the night before that the WhiteBowser, Earl Doobie, had previously mentioned that he was okay with this, well, he folded on that shit real quick, said that he never did it, he never will do it, he didn't say it was okay, and knowing what we know now, well, WhiteBowser, like he always does, just lied right in everybody's face.
Bowser has a secret Discord where he streams corn to my... What?
Okay,
I don't know anything about that.
That's that Christian troll. What is he talking about, Earl?
I don't know.
I mean, you did say last night that you think it's okay to show hentai to minors, which is really morally disgusting.
Did you really say that?
So, he said
No, I
that
did.
last night. He said,
I did not
it's not
say
okay
that.
to show them straight up porn, but if you show them cartoons or anime, it's fine.
Okay, I am not dealing with this.
Bowser,
Why do I have to deal with you
Because you're not
guys?
answering anything honestly.
Like, I'm not even lying. I'm literally repeating what you said last
you
night.
guys are showing a fake screenshot. You guys
It's not
are spreading.
fake.
You guys are spreading No, this is fake. You guys are spreading misinformation.
It's
doctored.
How? How is it doctored? Who
Because
doctored it?
I've already said I don't know who doctored it, but someone did obviously doctor it.
Bowser, so if anyone wants to see where that screenshot came from, you go on Twitter, you look up TheWhiteBowser, right? Yeah, all one word, and then you look up either like pedo or something after it, and there's a bunch of tweets from like 2018, and this is where I found it. There was a bunch of like some pony community that you got kicked out of, and they were all calling you a creep and a pedo, and this is where I found
They
it.
never called me that, and you have no evidence
That,
of that
yes, you
either.
can. Go look it
You
up. on
have
Twitter
no
right now.
evidence of that.
Anyone
Okay?
who wants to can go look it up on Twitter right now, and they'll find it. That's simple.
Smokey, you're full of shit. Okay?
I'm not full of shit, Bowser.
Yes,
Hold
you
up.
are. You are full of shit.
Bowser, we can.
You are full of shit. I am
Anyone
not.
can
I
go
am
look
not a
it
pedophile. I am
You
not
are.
a predator.
You're a
I-
predator. You are.
I do not have to deal with your crap. You sick, depraved,
Pedophile.
degenerate. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
So as you can see there, every time Bowser gets pressed on something, he freaks out, threatens to leave. I put the screenshots on the screen of like all those pony people kicking him out of their community. He likes to act like all this stuff didn't happen when all the evidence was right there. I know it's not that important to go back and look at this, but I mean, it shows that even in 2018, there were groups of people. Now, granted, there were probably a bunch of degenerates themselves, but a bunch of people kicking Bowser out because he was even too degenerate for their group. And in this call, it's clear that I made Bowser upset on many occasions, and one in a little bit you're going to see that kind of tops anything White Bowser's done so far. I mean, he got more mad at me than I've ever seen the guy get, and it was just off me telling him another factual thing about him. But his mortal enemy then joined the call, Bowser's least favorite person in the world, Lolcow Wrangler. And maybe that's what pushed him over the edge on this very night, but it just goes to show you, a bunch of people who really are just over the internet, have nothing to do with your actual life, them giving a bunch of factual statements about the shit that you've done right to your face is enough to make you go off the way you are, to keep saying you're gonna leave, to keep trying to run away. It just shows that Bowser's guilty about the shit he's done. Now, is he guilty? Absolutely. Does he feel guilty? Probably. But will he admit anything? Absolutely not, because that means that he'll probably get in trouble and the people's opinions will be right. That's the thing that he's most afraid of here, is that all these damn dirty trolls are right and that he's wrong. Well, one of these days, hopefully someday far down the line, hopefully someday soon, but probably someday far down the line, Bowser realizes that. But I've already mentioned here that I don't think he ever will. So this attitude of him thinking that everyone's always attacking him just for pointing out the fuck shit that he does, well, it's gonna remain. And as long as it remains, you're gonna get Bowser freakouts like this when people call him out on it.
Please.
I never said that flirting with a 15-year-old was okay. I never said that was okay.
Okay, but it's okay to show porn to a 15-year-old or hentai in your specific words?
I'm not answering your question.
That's because
You're
you
the
know I'm
worst.
right, and you know that that's what you said last night, and you're too scared to answer the question because you know it'll make you look bad.
I'm not showing my hand to you assholes.
Yeah, you just don't want to admit that you are. You admit
I'm not
I'm
gonna show my hand.
I'm not gonna show.
I'm not gonna show my hand because
your predator
I-
colors.
Oh,
I'm not
shit.
a predator.
You are a predator.
No mags with the 20. Could you read this, Bowser? Because I'd like you to read ones that are over 10. The people like it.
Federal law strictly prohibits the distribution of obscene matter to minors, which I did not do. Any transfer or attempt to transfer such material to a minor under the age of 15, including over the internet, is punishable under federal law. Well, guess what? I didn't do that.
But we understand
I'm
that
sure
this
you
is
didn't.
illegal.
It's illegal, yes, but I didn't do it.
Okay.
But you think it's okay?
I didn't say it was okay, and I never
No, you
did
said
it.
that last night, so stop
I
trying to
didn't.
lie
I
about
didn't say it was okay, and I never did it.
it.
And you know what? I didn't stream porn to children, you idiot. I did not stream porn to children. I streamed cartoon hentai to children, you idiot. You're a lying psychopath, Smokey. You're a lying psychopathic
Bowser,
hypocrite.
You're a predator.
You are a
lust
lying
over children.
psychopathic hypocrite.
Bowser, I can
lying
be a
psychopathic hypocrite. Lying
Holy shit,
psychopathic
Bowser! If
hypocrite.
you're gonna ask him a
Lying
question, give him time
psychopathic
to answer.
hypocrite. Okay, let me see his answer.
Okay, Bowser, so you can repeat lying, psychopathic, hypocrite as many times as you want.
But I'm not a predator.
But-
I've never been
But
one.
you are a predator.
No, I'm not.
You are.
Blah,
a
blah,
predator.
blah, blah, blah,
There you
blah,
go.
blah, 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 blah.
And Bowser, you said that we're the ones acting like children in this conversation, right?
Yeah, you want to know why I'm acting like a child? Because both of you are children, except for Kiwi, the only adult here.
Bowser, you're the. I don't know, man. You have a weird thing for kids, bro.
I don't.
You do.
I've never had a weird
You
thing
definitely
for kids.
do, bro.
I
You're talking
don't.
about how it's cool
You
to flirt with
fucking
15-year-olds.
degenerate
It's cool to flirt with
psychopath!
15-year-olds.
You are a
It's cool
fucking
to flirt with
loser
15-year-olds,
in the
bro.
head, abuser, hypocrite, fucking
cool to flirt with
disgusting
15-year-olds, bro.
degenerate!
How is he the abuser when you're the one that sexually assaulted someone, Bowser?
I've
How is he
already
the abuser when you're the one that
apologized for
can't even take
And
CBD
you're
like a normal person?
Smokey,
You take so much that
you
you're
are
passing out
abusing me
all
right
the time in
now.
our voice
I'm
chat.
not doing
Fucking
shit to you.
assholes!
I'm not doing shit to you.
Yeah, look at you.
So look, back around this time, Bowser was lying consistently, saying that he's not cool with, showing minors lewd materials and all that. He's completely walked that back now. But at this point in this call, Bowser had seemingly had enough. Shortly after this, Tony the Black Dragon showed up again and scared Bowser off. Dead serious on that one. And after that, Bowser refused to stop showing up on all these podcasts and everything, because he realized, maybe it's not in his best interest. Well, it's all he was doing was coming on here and telling people about the stuff that he did. He was coming on here and just pouring his heart out on Kiwi's stream. And he, in the end, who's to blame for all this? Well, me and Kiwi, of course. Not why Bowser for saying any of this stuff and doing any of this shit. But that's the constant with Bowser. It's everybody else's fault. And so, Bowser refused to show up anymore, and the guy went quiet for a while. He said that he was going to stop doing live streams on his own channel and only make some videos. And boy, those videos, there's something, as you'll see in a few minutes here. But it wasn't all about to get better for Bowser, because even though he swore that he wasn't going to be on the internet again, a few things happened in his life where he decided, you know what, he's got to get back on here, and he's got to tell his side of the story. Even though he's already made an ass out of himself 1,000 times, maybe the 1,001st time will be the one where he looks good. So let's see if it happened that way. So after the fiasco on the stream, Bowser went quiet. He stopped showing up on panels, he stopped going live, he just every now and again would make a snide video called The Diary of the TheWhiteBowser, something something something. Every week it was a new topic. First it was cyberbullying, then it was forgiveness, now it's trauma. And you'll see in a little bit what trauma is, but first let's walk it back. Let's see TheWhiteBowser's take on cyberbullying.
The thing with cyberbullies is what I've learned is they talk a big game. And talking about it further with my psychiatrist, well, he told me, Earl, with all you've been through, you could probably write a book on how to deal with cyberbullying. And to a degree, I bet he could be right with all the crap I've dealt with over this past year. Not just with cyberbullying, but a lot of stuff really has happened in my life this past year. Could probably write a whole book on it about the year being 29 years old. Going on 30 soon too, in like a little over a month or so.
God damn, it is wild sometimes to think that we are talking about a 30-year-old man here. That video we're watching was recorded like a month and a half ago, so Bowser, I'm pretty sure it has been his 30th birthday, which it always begs the question, he groped that girl in the movie theater in 2021, which would make him, 27, 28, since he's now turning 30? And he always goes to claim that girl was 18. That girl was 18. Now, we all know already that she was 17, but let's give Bowser benefit of the doubt and say she was 18. Still a 28-year-old man groping an 18-year-old girl. But no, in his case, it was a minor, but he wants to sweep that under the rug. He doesn't want to mention that stuff. It's also important to mention here that he's saying his psychiatrist told him that he's right and that he should write a book about all this stuff, because you're going to notice that, and that's going to be the big running theme in this video. Everybody Bowser talks to online that nobody online has heard about has told him he's right. Now, it's kind of funny that nobody online, nobody that there's proof of has told him that he's right, but almost every other person has. It's almost like he's grasping at anything he can to not be the bad guy here, all the while 100% being the bad guy here.
But getting back on topic, the thing about cyberbullies is they talk a big game. They'll say stuff like, take for example, when I was streaming Genshin Impact, there were people typing in the live chat saying, "I'm outside your house. I'm outside your house. I'm outside your house." So the best way to deal with cyberbullies is, as the police officer, now I want to stress when I say this, I never called the police. The only time I called the police was over 2 months ago after I got doxxed. I got doxxed over 2 months ago. I called the police and said, "Hey, yo, I got doxxed. So if I get swatted next, just, be wary that I could get swatted because I got doxxed over 2 months ago." So I said, make a note of it. And the police officer did make a note of it and said, "Okay, we made a note of your address just in case you get swatted because you got doxxed." And I left it there. I didn't do anything after that. But then guess what? Over those 2 months, apparently that police station, being township, received so many calls from the trolls saying how, "Oh no, a 29-year-old man, he fapped to cartoon porn. He should be arrested." That's the internet in 2023. Oh yeah. Internet in 2023. This man fapped to cartoons. Arrest him. Oh lordy, we truly have reached a new level of degeneracy, haven't we? Why don't you guys drink some more alcohol, smoke some more weed? You guys clearly need it, because I got more of a brain on me than you do.
Now look, the whole thing about the cops, I'm pretty sure it's another thing he blames me for, because the cops showed up at his house, and once again, never told anyone to call the cops on Bowser. I have no idea who's calling the cops on Bowser, but I'll tell you this much. It's probably not wise to say your own town name in this video when so many people's eyes are on you from the creepy shit you've been saying and doing and admitting to on these streams. Like, people are talking about TheWhiteBowser now, and granted, it's not many people, but when you talk about that you're showing shit to kids in a private Discord, when you're making, like, such light of it and acting like everyone else is in the wrong, like, listen to the way he's laughing there about how, like, this is degeneracy in 2023. You're goddamn right it's degeneracy in 2023, and people don't like it when you fuck around with kids. Now, goading people into it by giving your town name away, I blurred it out in this video, but that in his actual video he posted on his channel, it's right there. Like, the police, the detective that showed up at his house gave him his card. Bowser just put that shit online. And so he doesn't care. Like, he doesn't care about his own well-being, or he's not thinking about it. He's giving away all his information and then claiming doxing when he does this to himself. So after this video came forgiveness. Forgiveness is a video in which TheWhiteBowser goes down a list of like fucking 25 people, and he apologizes to everyone individually. Now, there's a lot of people in this forgiveness video, but I pulled 3 out of here that I feel like kind of makes sense considering the clip we just watched a few minutes ago. But Bowser takes his time in this video to forgive everybody for the wrongs they've committed on him. Now, Cow Wrangler has said something in a previous stream with Kiwi and I think it's it could be very true. And that's that Bowser is a very Catholic man. He's very religious. And I feel, or Cow Wrangler feels, I should say, that they think that Bowser heard from his pastor or maybe the priest at his church, "You need to forgive these people, Earl, and that'll be the answer." And so, TheWhiteBowser forgave everyone in the smuggest way possible. And he expects an apology back. Maybe once we get done looking at these, you guys in the chat and all can decide if he's worthy of an apology for all this. We'll see though, but let's see the forgiveness blessings that TheWhiteBowser bestowed upon everybody.
Cow Wrangler, for making me cry with your abusive words and insults.
Bowser, you're a predator.
I am
You-
No, I am not! Stop it right now! Kick him now! I am not!
I can't.
You put me to tears and crying.
Are you
fucking done? Please!
I mean, she's just
Oh,
saying.
the
she's
Bowser.
legit.
Well,
Yeah.
no. I think
With what you said about me, you caused me a great deal of emotional trauma.
the wounds here.
attack already! Fucking stop!
Well,
But defend
little
yourself.
No,
Bowser,
guys.
Fucking hell!
Bowser,
Okay.
Bowser, come on.
Go ahead,
come on.
Kiwi.
Fucking hell! Fucking stop! But I forgive you for what you did. You're a very honest person. That's very good. That's very admirable of you. Though misplaced honesty was put into bullying, I forgive you.
Bowser inadvertently admits that everything Cow Wrangler has been saying has been honest. Now, Bowser obviously doesn't like what Cow Wrangler is saying because it makes him sound like a predator, but, you know, that's what happens when you act like a predator. But that's Bowser's boogeyman right there. There ain't nobody in the world Bowser's more afraid of than Cow Wrangler. And only because Cow Wrangler says truthful things about Bowser in a much more concise way than, say, I would do it.
To Kiwi Tapes for tricking me into a false sense that they could be trusted as a friend and create a good podcast together. It's okay. I forgive you.
Imagine blaming Kiwi Tapes for you being too, thick-headed to realize that maybe someone randomly offering you a podcast position while all this shit is going on with you, who also is friends with me, the person who is, talking about this shit going on with you, wasn't a good idea. But hey, Bowser, everybody has their different opinions. Everyone needs to make a buck somehow. Those Genshin Impact loot boxes aren't going to open up themselves now, are they, Bowser?
And lastly, to Smokeymcc for critically labeling me on the internet as a lolcow, which I am not. I forgive you.
Thank you very much for the forgiveness blessing, Bowser. I truly will know my place and not make that mistake again of calling you a lolcow.
And to anyone and everyone else who has wronged me or caused me unwanted distress and hurt with the content they have created on the internet about me, I forgive you. And now, I pass the torch upon all of you. Can you find it in your hearts to forgive me for everything I have done? I'll leave that up to you. These past 3 months have made me realize a lot of things. How to deal with cyberbullying. How to handle cyberbullying. How to become a better person.
So, as previously mentioned, Bowser went off the grid after his big freakout on Kiwi's show. Now, Bowser chalks all of this up to, well, the cops came to my house and said I did nothing wrong, but they also told me to stay off the internet, so I'm gonna do it. But he didn't follow that fully. Because, with Bowser rising up, becoming a lolcow, other content creators have seen this and they've made their own, Bowser content. They've made channels dedicated to documenting what Bowser does. And one of those channels is the TheWhiteBowser. And TheWhiteBowser does some great work, and his channel will be linked in the description below. But TheWhiteBowser and another fellow content creator named Bard, they tricked TheWhiteBowser into doing an interview to clear his name. And really, the only thing to come out of it was that it made Bowser look a whole lot worse than he did going into it. Because this guy's already made it known that he doesn't give a fuck what people think about the creepy shit he does online. He doesn't care about none of that. and now he's just openly admitting it. And what he openly admits on this show kind of proves the suspicions of everybody, because for a while now, Liquid Chris had been saying it, Cow Wrangler had been saying it, that TheWhiteBowser had a Discord filled with minors, and it wasn't until Bowser said it himself that I was like, well, holy fucking shit. Now the dude actually is admitting it and still acting like it's not an issue. I'm telling you, we're getting closer and closer to stepping over that fucking line. And I think when he first admitted that he watches these creepy anime, like children porn and all this shit, that was stepping over the line. But now that he's admitting that he's putting actual children at risk with this, I don't know, my friends. This is some real shady shit. Now, dare I say the word groomer here, because from what you're about to see, I mean, guys, like he doesn't give a fuck. At this point, he just thinks, you know what? I'm just gonna do me. I'm not gonna let these trolls bother me. When all the trolls are trying to bother him with is getting him to try to see the fault and the error in his ways. And as we've previously mentioned a lot in this video, he won't do that. And I think this interview just shows how Bowser's personality is all about himself. All he cares about is saving his own ass, seeing if he's gonna be made a fool, not worrying about all these kids he's putting in danger. It's all about him.
We do have some questions regarding it.
Okay.
In this secret server, or this alleged secret server. I apologize.
It's not a secret server. It's a Discord server. It's an anime Discord server. And here's something I want to clear up for the audience in general here. I quite clearly cannot be a pedophile if I own a Discord server with minors in it who I do not prey upon, who I only converse and talk. You guys have to understand something. If you're gonna label someone as a pedophile just because they talk to kids in a private Discord server, that's like labeling any public school teacher as a pedophile in the same way because they're in a classroom with a bunch of kids. You know what I mean? You can't make that correlation. All I'm doing is talking to these minors about school. Sometimes I play chess with them, and sometimes I talk with these kids about school. So I'm not doing anything illegal with these kids. I'm just talking with them. That's what a teacher does in a classroom, basically. So you can't call me a predator.
All right. Okay, so basically, my question was from the beginning. Were there minors in your server? So,
and I said yes, there were.
All right.
There are allegations. I'm seeing a lot of that you streamed hentai in this server. What's that about? Did you do this?
Only once. I streamed Freezing. Freezing is an anime that was requested that we all watch, and I streamed watching the anime Freezing with them in the Discord server. Now, here's the thing. Once again, streaming hentai isn't illegal. Streaming actual real porn is what's illegal. Now, here's the thing that really needs to be cleared up with the masses here, because the masses of the internet can't seem to distinguish the difference between cartoon hentai and real adult and child porn. Because here's the thing, as the police officer did elaborate towards me when he visited my house voluntarily. He said how cartoon hentai is not illegal. It never has been. If cartoon or hentai was illegal, then 99% of Japanese media would go up in flames. And that would be, and Crunchyroll would dissolve as a company. So yes, I did one time stream the anime freezing in the Discord server, but that was one time.
All right. So
God damn, listen to the way he tries to normalize this, saying, oh, it was just one time, and the cop showed up and he said, oh my god, Errol, you're so innocent, you know, these cartoons you love, if they didn't exist, Japanese media would go down in flames or some shit. He's trying to act like the cop who showed up at his house was there for 100% pure good intentions. Let's put it this way. The police showing up at your house is never a good thing, Errol. They did not show up there just to tell you you're innocent. And you'll hear him say this a lot. You'll hear Errol say that the police showed up just to tell him, hey, buddy, we're sorry that all these trolls are putting you through a really hard time. You keep enjoying your anime with your minors. You're doing nothing wrong, and we support you, you know? We all understand this anime shit. He just wants people to get off his back, and he thinks if he keeps using the police as a defense, saying, look, they don't care, that's gonna get people off his back. He's talking about how the police showed up, which I never once called the cops on Errol or encouraged anyone to call the cops on Errol. And he's saying that, you know, they told him everything's good and the trolls need to stop wasting the cops' time. Well, what has Errol done now just a few weeks later? Well, he's reported me to the police, now wasting their time for something I haven't even done. He's blaming me for everything now, which we'll get to in just a little bit here. But this interview, man, this interview here, Bowser he talks about all this stuff so freely with people that he doesn't even know. I got in contact with Bard to ask him how this all came out, and I thought his explanation was pretty goddamn funny.
once I got in contact with him, I told him I want to live stream an interview with you to clear your name, to get all these trolls off you. I believe you're innocent. Stupid shit like that, right? Yeah, after 3 messages, though, he ended up doxing the detective that came to his house. Like, I only sent him 3 fucking messages. That's it. I only sent him 3. And he fucking sent the detective's business card with, like, addresses, phone numbers, shit like that on. He's a fucking idiot, but that doesn't matter here. So, yeah, he never asked for any information. The only thing he knew was that this is going to be a live stream interview meant to clear your name. He never asked for, like, the channel. Like, nothing. That's literally all he knew. He's stupid. He's fucking stupid.
Like, it's insane how gullible he is. 2 random dudes came to him for an interview saying that he was going to clear his name and all this stuff, and without even hesitating, Bowser just, alright, cool, let's do it. Even after these police told him to stay off the internet and stop talking to people over the internet, he just can't help himself. But you see, the thing is, he won't show up and talk to any more trolls, or people he thinks are trolls just for giving him some criticism on his actions. But he has no problem talking about these people nonstop. And then the guy wonders why people won't get off of his back. Bowser, he's doing everything you can to be on that fast track to becoming a lolcow, and he's completely oblivious to it.
Like, what your beef with these, quote, trolls?
My beef with them is that they falsely accused me of being a pedophile and a predator, which I am not. I never have been. Why
are they accusing you? Like, what evidence are they using?
The evidence that they are primarily using is that I own a Discord server that has admittedly minors in it, but once again, you can't say that just because I have a Discord server full of minors in it that I'm a pedophile. That's, like I said, that's the same thing as just saying a teacher with a classroom full of students is a pedophile. You can't make that correlation unless that particular person sexually exploits those children, which I have never done. I don't do that sick, disgusting shit. And the fact that I was labeled as this is abhorrent.
No, the one thing that's truly abhorrent here is your dismissal of your own actions. Stop comparing yourself to a teacher when what you're doing is basically grooming these kids. See, here's the thing about guys like Bowser, guys like Cyrax, guys like Tony the Black Dragon. They all want to say, oh, I'm not a predator because I'd never do that, yada yada yada. Bowser here wants to compare himself to a teacher, wants to act like, this all makes sense for him to do. This is all normal, when no, this isn't normal at all. And the only reason in your mind you think that you're not a predator is because you're so afraid of the consequences that will come with you admitting that. So you just want to try to make everything that you do, even though it's predatory as fuck, sound cool. Like, you constantly bring up your college friends and how you guys used to watch this all together. That doesn't make it all right because a bunch of other people are fucking weirdos too. You keep bringing up Japan and how it's all right over there. Well, Bowser, Japan's very far behind on the rest of the world when it comes to this type of shit. The fact that you are doing this around kids and providing them with these sexual materials, it's dangerous, dude. And the fact that you're even around kids in general in a private capacity, that's incredibly dangerous, because nobody knows what you're getting up to in there. Everything you've said about how you don't agree with it, you've never done it, it always comes out that you actually have. You fucking bitched and moaned and made such a big deal about how you don't stream anything to these minors in the server. But now when it comes out, well, you're so giddy about talking about it because, well, it's not breaking a law, so I don't care. Well, Bowser, the court of public opinion thinks that this shit is fucking weird, dude. And even if the cops don't think it, this isn't going to go over well when people see this on the internet.
It's caused me a great deal of intrusive and distressful thoughts. So so they're using that fact that I own the Discord server, and another thing that they decided to say that I am a predator or a pedophile is that I have ecchi anime on my.
Could you please define what ecchi anime is, as both me and Ron are unaware.
Yeah, you see, this is something I want to also more so discuss. Ecchi anime is sexually suggestive Japanese cartoons. They are sexually suggestive Japanese cartoons. And once again, I'm gonna repeat this for the audience, okay? Now,
what does sexually suggestive mean? Like, is it hentai or not?
That's let me explain. So
okay.
So once again, I'm gonna say this for the whole audience. The police officers who visited my house, they said, I asked them, do you know what ecchi anime is? And the one in particular who handed me his police card said this: a week ago I didn't know what ecchi anime was. Now I do know what ecchi anime is, and I can tell you for a fact it doesn't break any laws. These people are idiots, and they should not be calling or bothering the police department about it.
This story is such bullshit. Every time the cops show up to his house, according to him, they're only there to go, hey Earl, look, we all fap it to these weird anime cartoons too. I'm pretty sure this cop isn't going to be happy when he finds out that Earl's completely doxed him all over the internet, just like he's done to almost like everyone and everything else around him. He doxes his own town. He doxed the girl he groped. As Bard mentioned, he doxed the detective to him too. I mean, Bowser, if you want to know anything about anyone in his past, just ask the question and Bowser will let you know, like, their name, their phone number, their last known address. The guy can't be stopped. He's a dox machine. But don't get it twisted. This guy is just, the reason he's saying all this stuff about the cops, and let me say it again, that I tell everybody, do not call the cops on this guy. But the reason he's using the cops as a shield is he wants to scare people off from that. Like, hey guys, the cops said you better stop, and I'm here to be the messenger. But now he's gone and used the police for his own reasoning. Bowser wants to use them now against me because, you know, he looks at me as like the guy who's been controlling all this shit going on. All the while, I've just been sitting here getting high, getting his videos sent to me, and I crack the fuck up when I see them. And that's kind of where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. I skimmed over a lot here because there's a lot to talk about. This has been a very long story, and we still have so much to talk about with Earl. But where we are now is that Bowser, he's came back to streaming finally. After a month away, Bowser finally made his triumphant comeback, and guess what? Guess what was stopping him, ladies and gentlemen? He gave up streaming for Lent. So that's where he was the past month. But so Bowser came back, and he's been a lot more, let's just say, he's been a lot more open to talk about this shit now, because I think he realizes, well, it's out there, so he might as well own it, you know? You got it, flaunt it, I guess, with these weird pedophile fucking Discord servers. But with how quiet Bowser seems to get when everything hits the fan, I can't imagine that after this video drops, he's going to be too happy, because anything that happens to Bowser now, especially after this video, is going to be 110% blamed on me. So again, I'll tell people, don't go after Bowser. Look at the stuff he says. You know, it doesn't take much to get Bowser to say shit like this.
My little cousin said, why does that zebra's cock look like a black he said penis. Do you remember how Count Dankula said that he had a micro penis? Count Dankula. Remember how Count Dankula said that?
Yeah, sure.
I am in the Count Dankula club.
So you also said that you have a micro penis? Is it like, what do you mean?
No, it's 2 inches. Shut up.
See, this is how Bowser will talk to people when he feels like he's in a safe setting. He thinks he's talking to a bunch of his friends, so he just divulges a bunch of insanely personal details that are incredibly embarrassing, but he thinks is safe to him. I can only imagine what he'll say at, like, work, or, actually, you know what? No, I don't have to imagine it, because one of Bowser's former co-workers actually joined Black Bowser's stream and had this to say.
I mean, my first-hand experience is he said some racial slurs in front of me a couple of times, which was weird. And then he apparently like freaked out on a couple of coworkers a couple of times.
I mean, so I guess I gotta ask this question. The dude is so open to talking about his micro cock on a stream with like 500 people watching. He's so open to saying racial slurs at work. Like, he doesn't really have a filter, and it's clear to see that from these videos. So if he's so willing to talk about this in public, what type of fucking shit is he talking about in that Discord server with those kids? Now, I've seen some screenshots, and they've popped up here and there on screen as we've gone along with this video, with him talking to those kids, sending some really sexually suggestive pictures and emojis and GIFs. Bowser, all around, he doesn't seem like he understands the gravity of what he's doing. He's sending these kids all this, like, nude material and all this, like, sex-driven artwork, and he doesn't think it's a problem because it's not real. It's just cartoons. The whole purpose of him doing this is so he can get some gratification out of this. He likes knowing that he's sending and sharing these sexually driven like art pieces with these kids, because he knows it's just towing the line of legality, and that to him is like, well, he can still get away with it. And that type of mentality, man, is fucked, because you see it in there in that server. He's not teaching those kids nothing. He's talking creepy with them. He's showing them shit that you shouldn't be showing kids. And he wants to come out here and just shit on everybody who's criticizing him for it. But that's kind of where we leave off with Bowser. You see, the guy hasn't done much because I think he knows that another video on him was coming out, and Bowser really just wanted to use the whole police thing as a threat to make me shut up about it, and I think he's going to be very upset when he finds out that I do not give a shit about him going to the police over this. When someone's calling you out over doing some weird shit, or someone's calling you out in general, you should probably just respond to them accordingly and not run to the police about it. But Bowser, he has a different line of thinking than everybody else.
Hey, White Bowser here, in for another episode of Diary of the White Bowser. I want to start this video off with saying how, Well, quite honestly, I've been traumatized by this entire situation with Smokeymcc or Smokeymcc on YouTube. There's not a single morning I don't wake up and think something awful is going to happen to me. Something awful is going to happen to me anywhere from my house being swatted to another threatening email being sent to me. It's not a good feeling. Especially for someone who has bipolar type 2. Who can go manic. I could go manic from all these threats I've been getting, all this harassment that is unwarranted. And to think, all this started from me saying I like Japanese cartoons. It's absolutely pathetic that is what I could be blamed for. That is what I could be ridiculed by. That is what I could be incriminated against. You know, I remember when the police first came to my doorstep. Voluntarily, by the way. I didn't call them. I didn't call the police. They came to my doorstep voluntarily. They said this directly to my face. These people on the internet are idiots. To think watching and enjoying Japanese cartoons is against the law, is a felony. These people are idiots. To harass the police officer, to harass the police department based on that, to say I am a child predator based on that is completely ludicrous. And I feel so hurt every day with a sickening pit in my stomach. Sometimes I just feel completely grossed out and disgusted at what I've been accused of and being by Smokey and by his audience. All because of Japanese cartoons. This morning I went to the police department and filed a witness statement against Smokey's YouTube channel and against the videos Smokey has made of me. I'm done. I'm done.
So there you have it, all you psychopaths. Because of people going after TheWhiteBowser has admitted that he's gone to the police, that he has filed a report on me. I've repeated this over and over throughout the video just so y'all know, like, this is real. Like, I think a lot of people in the chat and in the comments still think that TheWhiteBowser's just some guy I created to get views or something. I assure you people, this man is 100% legit, and it's baffling. Just like Bowser says, it's baffling. I can't believe this is the situation that we're in, but hey, it's been a fun ride, and having all you fucking goats out there along with me has been what makes this all worth it. TheWhiteBowser is someone who's, like, funny enough to make a video on here and there when he does some fucked up shit. And in the last video I had told y'all, if Bowser does anything more, we'll make a video on him. Well, he did. And the video is here. So I hope you guys enjoyed it today. Now, there is going to be so much more I assume we're going to have to talk about Bowser in the future. And there might be more that I missed here that y'all want me to cover in a separate video that we can definitely do. But again, just like I did in the last video, I want to thank all the people that made this possible, the people that have been, like, staying on Bowser throughout all this shit and making sure that he's not doing anything creepy in that server and that make sure they got all the evidence to see what's going on here. There's so much more with Bowser we could have talked about. His Reddit post where he calls it "The Day My Life Turned Into an Anime," and it's basically just the story of him groping that girl, but he turns himself into the protagonist and makes himself sound like kind of like a hero. This also goes back to the whole bomb threat thing, because people in the Discord who asked him about it at the time told me that Bowser's told them that the reason he wanted to go back to that theater was not to save everybody, but to save that one specific girl he groped. I'm telling y'all, I've had ever since I heard that, I just imagine Bowser. He sits awake every single night thinking, man, like, that girl, how can I make it up to her? How can I be like the hero? And he saw a fucked up situation like that and was like, oh my god, like, I can be her knight in shining armor. This guy has a very weird way of thinking about things. And as I said, there's so much more we can talk about with him. Now, I guess my closing message to Bowser would be, once again, Bowser, stop bitching about everything that you've said and admitted to online. Like, I played it earlier, but you can't walk around saying shit like this so happily.
And you know what? I didn't stream porn to children, you idiot. I did not stream porn to children. I streamed cartoon hentai to children, you idiot.
Like, you can't say that shit and then wonder why people aren't cool with you anymore, Bowser. But that's the type of guy Bowser is, and I hope this video gave you a better look into the type of person White Bowser is, and how you should, like, definitely if you're someone, a parent who has kids, keep them away from this guy, especially keep him away from his Discord servers. There's nothing good going on with him. He'll phrase it like he's a teacher, like he's doing good, but there's nothing good that comes from sharing, like sexual content with minors in a place that's private to only you and them. It's a case closed, as Bowser said when the cops showed up. They told him, you're not a predator, case closed. Well, Bowser, from all the evidence I've seen, you definitely exhibit those predatory behaviors. So, I think the case is back opened again. And with that being said, my friends, I want to give shouts out to Vanessa, Scaly Schisms, Churlish, Adrian Lara, Alright Stingy, Randy Leahy, Wade Pauls, Trademark, Commander Louie, Krabby, Justin S., the Ghostbusters fan, Steve from Machete Squad, Vaga, Count Drugula, SK Rux, Bullet BP, Synthesist, Fat Potato, Dan Noodles, Emery, ATK Cast, Jason Breen, Philly B, Based Trucker, Robot Gorilla Man, Soda Joe, Seal Currently, Eric Estrada, Everborn, Jurassic Clark, Akiba's Beat Fan, Cowboy Pete, Hillbilly Wizard, Sora Trash, Hurricane Salem, Prideful Jester, Cyanide Candy, Smokey's Dealer, Kiwi Bros, Griffin Shivo, Austin Vidal, Club Doom, Sarah's Van, Gryphon, Jay Avarice, Tilted J, Costai, Zangetsu Black, Jay Sorensen, Brady Gravy, GP Does, Super Kame Jizzler, Greg the Rich, TJ Trap Lordius, Grizzly Slug, Bob Skywalker, Just a Normal Bottle of Mustard, Ignatius Bartleby Arlington, Brazilian Dude, Snowshoes, Jelly, Black Meddler, Radon, MXAX, Isaiah, Dalton, Sky Fitzpatrick, Quantum Cat, Ronnie Willis, Grizzly Bear, Pubsy, Soul Reaper, Matt C, Manny, Boston Meadhorn, Sergeant Retro, The Red Scum, Barfunkel Shag Nasty, Pebra, Night Scraper, August Varney, Azrael St. Cloud, Nefarious, Cobra's Manky Tooth, Canadian Funkle, Skylar, Irma, Sleepy Sloth, Crushed Shadow, Viet Bong Vet, Logan Cole, Ja, the Meme Man Dan, Hod Toward, Coffee Moose, Dope and Smoke, What? Zuzu, Brandon, Kerma, Turgburglar, Marshall Rogers, Minty Smith, Mr. Smith from LCA, Nunya Business, Pun Pun, Unicorn is God, Bro Follow, Sloth Thing, Danny the Foot, Blue Sapphire, Protoshock, Spiral Colors, Jammer X, Pastor Arthur Montgomery, Brutal Strudels, Dirty J, TNUC, TAF, Ian Corrado, Sword Brother, Brock Lobster, Nomags, Guru, Pineapple Pussy, Nate F, Larry Fishmas, Mr. Muda, Patat, Mrs. Starscream, Empty Bat, Mary Mattingly, Doc703, Josh Dayton, Based MILF Slayer, The Lolcow Lounge, GH Champ, Bizarre Showcase, Rexo, Neat Life, LEP97, 100 Norwalls, Hoodie Bruh, Sludge Maniac, Night Shroud, Operator 5781, Bobby Queso, King of Town, Capybara Man, Dan Wolf, Draco the Golden, JB, Blackwing Gaming, Tiki's General Store, AB, Jeff Weber, Cherry, Joey Huey, Coombender, Visual Vintage, Holly in Hell, Try Give Black Tiger, Alex, Esco, Blueberry, Psycho, Sydney Jones, LB, Benjamin, Vault, Kairos, Big Jim, David June, Sparks Epsilon, Toxic Avenger, Dominic, Jamie Rose, Logan Whatnot, Sneakzies, Extra Zero, Clyde Cash's Cash Stash, Mr. Krabs, Rowdy Oni, Drunk Serval, Peace, Lieutenant Black Butter, Ziamara Moo, Cromlock, Guru, Victor D, Sebastian, Maxin at the Fort, I Eat Bugs and Plants, Dane Justice, For Real, Anti-CK, Trash Boat, That One, Stacy Newbie, DJ Cannon, Big Bad Gruff, Toxic T, Sadie T, Bob, Meatman, Shannon Rose, Dead Barbarian, Vish K, Kanka the Great, Depraved Grapes, A Random Stormcloak, Wet Floor Coney, Reb Zoomer, Hot Wheels, Dylan W, Thunderbays, Hunter Cobb, Talia, Nico Bellend, Spooky, Dougal Johnson, Buttworm Wilkins, Chrisia Guibelt, I'm sorry for butchering that one, Quinn Quimson, Cowboy Woozy, Wendigo, Billy Bones, Ben Carson 2024, Hyena Man, Your Wife's Boyfriend, Tony Tokyo, Marissa, Peanut Mama, Antrust, CHX Carnage, Anton Levy, Rex One Kittles, Chat Creeper, Mr. Jinx, TARDIS, Full Thickness, Hashoots, Bimp Liskit, John Smithy, Cod Rankwin, Alex Jacoby, BTF Nation, Shoop to Hoop, Chris Chan's Fanta Bottle Collection, Alexander, It's Sub, Old Man Bradley, Kira, The Mothman, Shekel Slovakia, The Ghostbusters Fan, Squidwater, Trap Lordius, User 4841, Wu-Tang Clan, Deli Gravy, Cicada 3301, Pre-45 Productions, Nocturne Saver, Kiwi Bay, Mint, Crafts and Cartoon, Corey Trevor, Calzone, Portuguese Horse, Weeaboo, Funky Weapon, Mage Hand Slap Fight, Weetabix, Chewy, Linguini God, Brandon Williford, Super Kame Jizzler, Hunter B, Dingbat, Zepos, Raven, Horsepower Hour, Timbang, Metal Wolf, Irma, Coggles, Ya Boy B-Rob, Ephraim B, Sleepy Sloth, Logan Cole, Ja, Some Frenchie, Turtle Platoon, Alpha T, Plague, River Ranger, Laura B Fierce, Avery the Wanderer, Birder Kerber, and Ryan Tanner. You guys are all fucking goats, and all of y'all who made it this far in the video, you're a goat as well. And just, yeah, thank you guys for all the support you always give me. I can never thank yous enough. And I always like to leave yous on a piece of advice, and my piece of advice this week would be, the world isn't full of people like TheWhiteBowser. They're very few and far between. The world's filled with good people, my friends. It's Tuesday, and the week's gone by pretty fast, so Friday will be here before you know it. And just go have a good time, because y'all deserve it. Especially for getting through this one and hearing all the TheWhiteBowser's bullshit, you definitely deserve it. So, until I see y'all in the next one, take care, my friends, and have a good day.